What's happening, members of League Zero? I am your host, Gravecake, and today we're going to be hosting the Novice Countdown Week 3 edition. I'm here with a few of my guests. Say your name.
Hi, I'm ATZ. I'm the captain and hitscan DPS of Rio Redemption.
I'm Alex. I am the main support for Wisdom Academy.
And I am Clint. I am the main support for Geometric.
Yeah, so this week, guys, we have guests from actually different teams. I know I've been getting a lot of hate because I haven't had Wisdom or Rio Redemption on the show yet, but it's going to be a great time. So the first game we're going into is actually going to be OTW versus Rio. And OTW actually took this game pretty easily, 3-0. So, HC, this question is directed to you in particular. Why do you think Rio wasn't able to actually achieve their goal of winning this game, and rather didn't perform the best overall?
So I think a big part of it was we just didn't show up that day. We've performed a lot better in scrims than we did on Friday. So we got to work on either being more consistent or being more communicative during games. And I don't know if it's nerves or what it is, but we have a pretty young squad on average. The average age is pretty young. So I guess it's just we got to focus on keeping it more consistent.
Yeah, so a lot of people, I don't know if you heard this, but a lot of people are calling you the hard carry of Rio. So, like, how has your captain leadership actually helped this team so far in just improving overall? Because I have seen Rio improve, it just hasn't really translated into map differential, or map wins yet.
Yeah, so I try to do my best to lead the team both in game and out of game, trying to keep the team's mental from booming too hard after some of those tough losses. But, we just try to do the best we can, try to get as good a coaching as we can, and trying to improve as a team. Because obviously no one person can carry. It has to be a team effort.
Yeah, definitely. Alex and Flint, what were your guys' take on this game if you did end up watching it?
Okay, you go ahead, Alex.
Yep. Personally, after I watch all of the VODs every week just for scouting purposes, and honestly, I thought Rio had some good moments against One Trick, but I honestly think that One Trick is definitely a very strong team and that they have a good chance to be one of the top teams in Novice this season.
Definitely. And when you look at the standings, One Trick is 2-1 right now and third place overall, but they have a 5 map differential, not far away from Wisdom Academy, who's 3-0 and has 6, so definitely can't see improvement there. What were your takes on this, Flint?
Honestly, One Trick Wonders is a very good team, and like I kind of wasn't surprised seeing Rio lose 3-0 to it. But like Rio did show some promise, especially with you, ATC. But like, I don't know how to put it. There was some major mistakes that cost you the game. I could easily have seen it going like 2-3, possibly.
Definitely, I could definitely see that too. But I guess it did go down to communication, as there were a lot. Like even on screen, we could see that there was some miscommunication between the sports and the rest of the team, various instances. But going on though, their player of the match, and surprisingly no honorable mentions, it all went to Vantage. What do you guys see in this player in particular? Because he has been a really good Reinhardt in Novice so far.
I guess I'll start on this one.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Honestly, out of Vantage, having not played in Pugs, I didn't really know too much about him coming into the season. But every film that I've watched so far, he has very much impressed me. He's very aggressive at the right times, and his supports do a pretty good job of putting some resources into him. And it allows him to pop off when he needs to.
What about you?
Yeah, he definitely proved himself early in Pugs as a hyper-aggressive, very highly skilled Reinhardt, and just main tank in general. So I had no doubts that he was going to be a top main tank in Novice, and he's lived up to that expectation, definitely.
To be honest, he's very good. He is very good. I haven't seen that much of him because I don't watch the games as much, like I skim through them. But like, from what I saw, he is very aggro and very good.
Definitely. He did get on daily Overwatch Central, so that's an accomplishment in itself too. But I think we can go into the next game, and we also have a representative from that game. Geo actually won 3-0, so 2 questions for you, Flint. The first one, I'll actually do the first one first. What were your expectations going into this game? Because Platja did show some life in the early stages of the season, almost beating Hyperflex. So, knowing that, do you guys think they had a chance, or what was just your mindset coming into this game?
To be honest, we were feeling pretty confident going into this. Like, we felt like we were gonna win. We didn't know the score. We thought they were gonna go take a map off us. Not gonna lie, but like, we felt like we were confident in this.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. So did you believe that Platja underwhelmed or overwhelmed your expectations? Because Platja, likewise Rio, hasn't really performed. They performed really well in week 1, but they've been kind of slacking off. So what do you think happened?
If I mean, they kind of underwhelmed. I have to be 100% honest here. I'm sorry, Platchat. Dude, I'm so sorry. But yeah, they underwhelmed us. Like, sure, we were performing at our A game, but like, I was honestly expecting them to take like, I don't know, control off us.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Oh, what were your guys' perspective, Alex and ETZ? How do you guys feel Geo performed?
ATZ, you can go ahead.
Alright, I thought Geo performed really well. Stormy in particular, who was player of the match. I believe this was the first game we saw him play off tank. He was playing support beforehand, but he just performed at an unreal level on the D.Va. I think Corbs would have died many times over if Stormy wasn't there protecting most of the time.
Alright.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree on that. Storm's play is pretty much the only reason the Corbs actually lived through some of the stuff they lived through. We didn't, like, going into this week and watching the film, I didn't know what to expect from Stormy playing off tank after seeing them move off the support line, but I was actually really impressed, and they're a big part of who we're planning for this week. We're planning to do our best to stop him.
Alright, fair point. And I know ATC kind of said this already, but their player of the match was Stormy. Their honorable mention was Alucard V2. Yeah, so like these two players in particular played amazingly. I really don't have anything else to say, but they just played great. Anyone else have anything else to add?
Not really, no. I don't think so.
That's fine then. We can go into the next game of the week, which a lot of people thought was going to be close. It was close. Hyperflex did have flashes, but Wisdom was able to take it overall. Wisdom ended up winning 3-1. So, yeah, so this question, of course, is going to be for you, Alex. What did Wisdom do? Because a lot of people underestimated you guys. And actually thought Hyperflex was going to win, so just break it down.
Yeah, and that kind of bothered us actually going in, that a lot of the analysts were thinking that we were going to lose, so we kind of went in with a chip on our shoulder, and we wanted to prove everybody wrong. We feel personally like we are the most talented team in Novice, which everybody feels that way, and so we just kind of wanted to prove everybody wrong. We wanted to make sure that we left our mark in the Hyperflex game. We started off with a rough first map on Busan, but after that we really got it going, and I think the score reflects that.
Definitely. This was a really fun game to watch in particular, too, you know. Wisdom, I feel like Wisdom's that team that a lot of people are sleeping on, honestly. And, like, they have amazing players, and I'm really excited to see how they're actually going to build off in the future and, like, see how much more they're going to improve. Because right now they're looking like an unstoppable team with Geometry. For you, Flynn and ATZ. Oh, sorry, Alex, want to add something?
Yeah, like you were talking about, like how we have some very strong players. Actually, Red Knight came up with our team slogan. It's strength in numbers, because we feel we have so much depth at every role that there's no team that can beat us with that.
Honestly, I have to agree with that, to be honest. Like, you guys are just... I feel like if your pools do come out, you guys are going to be that team that's able to adapt faster because of how in-depth your roster is and how big it is. So, it's definitely going to be a team you're going to want to watch out for. From a Spectre's perspective, how did ATC and Flint see this game?
You go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, how I saw it was, well, I was expecting Wisdom to win, and I was expecting a 2-3. Like, That's the thing about novice games. I always see them as very close. Like, our skill level through Geometric, Wisdom, Rio, and Platchat, and everyone in between, we're about equal. That's the thing. Anyone can beat anyone in this league, and that's kind of influenced what my that kind of influences what I see. I
That's
don't have much to say on that other than that.
What about you, ETC?
So I knew that this was going to be a close game, and it ended up being not as close as I thought it was going to be. But I did have a feeling that Wisdom was going to win. Yes, they have a highly skilled players or set of players, but Hyperflex is also highly skilled individually. I think Wisdom's edge has been the coaching department this whole season so far. Their coaches are really, really good, and Hyperflex, although they had Arrow early on, he was not as active as maybe you would want in a head coach, so they've had to kind of move forward with other coaches as well, and so that kind of like leaves them farther behind in the coaching department than say a team like Wisdom who has such amazing coaches. So that's kind of why I think that Wisdom pulled ahead so far.
You're gonna inflate my coaches' heads with talking about how good they are.
Yeah, definitely. Wisdom is on the right path. And going on to player of the match, we did have Splash, and all mentions were, I'm trying to pronounce right, Tuzi and
Zooey.
Zooey, sorry, yeah, I looked that way, and Titanic. And these players just played exceptional. I have nothing else to say. I think everyone on Wisdom performed standards. Yeah, anything you want to add there, Alex? Did you play with them?
Splash, this is obviously the second week in a row that he's been awarded Player of the Match. He was one of our 3 Player of the Matches for the Rio game, along with me and Ryguy. Zooey, he's always capable of popping off. I personally think he's the best Widow and McCree in Novice. And Dai will play whatever you ask him to. He's an amazing Mei. He's a really good Pharah, and his Junkrat is just unbelievable.
Yeah, honestly, nothing else to add there, but they just played good. And I think we can move on to the predictions, which is the last segment of this video. And the first game of the predictions is going to be Platchat versus Redemption. And all of us have Platchat winning. So, first I'm going to ask a question to ATZ because he's in this game. Do you think this is Rio's week to get their first win, considering that both Platchat and Rio are in the bottom 2 right now?
Absolutely. We've made some trades this week that I think will definitely help us round out a little bit more. We've been practicing our communication and our teamwork in scrims and VOD reviews. So I think we definitely, if there's going to be a week that we win, it's going to be this week.
Yeah, so I just want to ask Flint and Alex, why are you predicting Platchat to win this in particular?
I'll go first. Okay, Platchat really impressed me with some of their players. Like, going through their players, I really liked Andrew and eligibility. Those two were like, I really like their players. Other than that, it's just honestly I can see this being 3-2 like any other game in Novice.
I honestly have to agree with that. I feel like Platchat's pickups, if I'm not mistaken, did they pick up on you or something like that?
Know you.
Know you, yeah, they picked up Know you, yeah. And from what I
Know
heard,
you and Bob's.
yeah, I heard that. I know Bob's. I know from a long time ago. He's a pretty decent support. I know you was a much better tank over the previous one. So I feel like Platchat does have the numbers, but I also don't want to count Rio after this. I feel like Rio has been practicing a lot from what ATZ has said, and they're going to be coming in hungry. You know, they're going to want to get their first win and bounce back, especially going 0-9 right now, and that's really hard to bounce back from. Anything you want to add there, Alex?
Personally, I feel like it's going to be a good game just because you do have 2 teams that are at the bottom of the standings right now who neither one of them wants to be the pure bottom, and I think they're both going to battle very hard to get this. That being said, I do feel that Platchat is the stronger team. Sorry, ATZ. But Rio has made some good pickups through trades, so I feel like Rio can definitely give Platchat a run for their money.
100%. And then going on to the next game, I think we can all agree this will be the game of the week. You can try to change my mind, but this is definitely going to be the game of the week. We have two undefeated teams going at it, Wisdom versus Geometric. And two of the representatives are here, Flint and Alex, so you can't give your predictions, of course. But both me and ATC do have Geometric winning by a slim margin. So I say 3-1, ATC says 3-2. And I'm going to first, I'll start off with this. I think Geometric has this just because of how, like, dominant they're winning. Like, you see Wisdom, they don't have that much of a small map differential, but some teams have brought it close against them. But I just feel like Geometric has the edge. Do you agree with that, ATC?
I basically see this as a 50-50, and I chose Geometric over Wisdom to try and not show bias because I have friends on Wisdom. But it could go either way for me, honestly.
Yeah. See, the thing, I'll go to you after Flint and Alex, but the thing with me is, I know week 1 games don't matter much, but Wisdom Academy brought it really close against OGW right now. And I feel like Geometric is just on another level over OTW, so I do feel like Geometric does have the slight edge there, and I do see I can't see Wisdom winning this game, but I just have to give it to Geometric. And
I don't know. I think. Oh, go ahead.
No, you can go. Sorry.
Okay, I think individually, certain players on Wisdom are just better than on Geometric. I think Ryguy is a better main tank than Corbs. However, if we see Stormy's Diva again, he'll definitely outplay the Wisdom's off tank. I think Sui, or however you pronounce his name, is probably better than Alianos. But, Microwave might beat out Titanic, or that one, might be a little bit more even. So I think it'll really come down to the team play and the coaching between the teams, because I think the mechanical skill, I might give the edge to Wisdom there.
So, for you, Flint, what is Geometric's mindset going to see, and how have you guys prepared, especially against a team like Wisdom Academy?
For starters, we prepared by looking at the VODs between weeks 1 through 3. We have our notes. We know what y'all probably will run, and we have a good idea. And our mindset is we're gonna try and win. We're going to go full force, and we're gonna try and win. Straight up.
Awesome to hear. Alex, same questions to you. What are you guys thinking going into this game?
Personally, we're gonna make Corbs' night a living hell. That's what I'm thinking. Every time he overextends, we are going to punish him. He is going to boost our ults, and we're just gonna roll through it.
That's really
We're just
confident of you to say. Like, I'm really excited to see.
we watched.
the critical information.
I mean, we watched the film, and he is the biggest feeder I've ever seen, and I am not afraid to say that to him. So.
Wow.
We're all big feeders. You know the saying? If one person is one stupid play is a flow, everyone makes the same stupid play. It's a plan. That's pretty much Geo in a nutshell.
Yeah, well, we personally feel like we have probably the best main tank in Novice, and we also feel like we can pretty much beat anybody on mechanical skill alone. But it's the fact that we play as a team as much as we do. Like, you even heard, I don't know if you guys heard during the early weeks, some of the casters basically compared our game style to, like, goats with our target focus. So
Yeah, you guys are really good. I could see you guys winning this, but I have to give it to Geometric. But I won't be surprised if you guys do win, though. No hate towards you, Alex.
well, my goal is for us to prove you wrong.
Yep, well, yeah, definitely. I want to be proven wrong, I want to see you guys win this.
Yeah, but it's going to be a very good game. This is the battle for first place, so.
Yeah, definitely. Going to the next and last game of the week, and I feel like all these games are super. I'm looking at them; they're all gonna be really close. We have One Trick Wonders versus Hyperflex, and it's actually split 50-50. So I think me and HEZ think Hyperflex is gonna win, and then Flint and Alex think One Trick Wonders is gonna win. And I want to ask Flint and Alex, why do you guys have One Trick Wonders winning this game? Especially you, Flint, considering that you put One Trick Wonders 3-0ing Hyperflex.
Mind if I explain my trio first?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think Hyperflex is just gonna come up just short in each game. Like, I'm talking It's gonna be really close, but it's gonna be like the closest between. Let's see. Looking at the game. Let's see. I think it's. Oh, dang. I guess a Rio Redemption versus LTW. It's gonna be where One Trick Wonders just comes up just the teeniest bit on top in each occasion.
Okay.
That's pretty much my opinion on it.
What about you, HTC? Why you're first of all saying it's gonna be really close, but how does One Trick Wonders have the edge?
HZ or Alex?
Oh, sorry, Alex. I'm stupid.
Honestly, just because now we have played both teams, and One Trick gave us a run for our money in week 1. There was times during that match that I did not think that we were gonna win. We ended up having to come back from down 2-1 to win it. And honestly, the game against Hyperflex, we should have 3-0'd them, honestly. The first map came down to nerves, and we also didn't have Zooey the first map, which kind of hurt us, simply because we do play around Zooey quite a bit. And I feel like Hyperflex really isn't that good, but they are still pretty decent. And same for One Trick. I believe they're both decent teams, but I feel like One Trick has the edge in this. That's why I'm thinking it's going to be a close 3-2.
Alright, HTZ, do you want to give your opinion on why you think Hyperflex won this game?
Yes, I just think Hyperflex has a lot of individually mechanically skilled players, and they've been, in the more recent weeks, been getting some really good coaching to kind of work more cohesive as a team, where I think One Trick relies more on just their raw mechanical skill. I think Hyperflex's teamwork will pull through in the end.
I agree with you there. I feel like One Trick Wonders, a lot of the games that they have won have been off hero plays coming out more or less than teamwork. I feel like Hyperflex, they have a really good coaching staff, and if they have improved many of the mistakes that we have seen from them so far, I definitely see them taking this edge. I do think it's going to be close, like how Alex said before. I'm stuck between those two, but I do feel like Hyperflex does have the edge. This is going to be One Trick's actual real test in a while. So I feel like they would be caught off by that. Hyperflex will take the 1-2. Anyone else have to add anything in general about these last 2 games?
No, I think I'm all set.
I have nothing important to say right here.
Awesome.
I'm good.
I think we can end the countdown there then, guys. So hope you guys all did enjoy this this segment of the countdown. Be sure to tune in next week for week 4, and I think we're gonna sign off there. See you guys.
Hello everybody, I am Pooter Scooter. I am the intermediate countdown host. I am welcomed here with Hunter.
Yo.
Raging. Cool.
What's up?
And Adifi.
Hello, hello.
Alright guys, let's go into the first game, which is DC and Botburgers. Botburgers 1-1. Do you guys have any comments about that game?
Not very surprised.
I definitely don't. I mean, overall, kind of like 2 bottom teams right now.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not really that surprising. Really,
Yeah,
honestly.
DK, they're struggling, but they definitely have some hope with some of their pickups.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the player of the
KE on
match.
the
Yeah. Go. Oh, alright. So the player of the match was that game. For that game was Fish, and the honorable mention was Sloth.
I think it's Sloth, yeah.
Sloth. Yeah. All right. Next game is Papega Parrots versus DKE. I can't speak. Papega Parrots won 3-0. Not really that surprising. DKE.
Yeah, that's not
is
really a
sort of-
shock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just kind of unlucky for
DKE,
Dreamcast birthday.
DKE right now is like I would say a bottom feeder, but with the new pickups, hopefully they could become better. So,
I say it pretty much all the time. It's basically Wiz featuring DKE.
Yeah, I agree, and I mean, I don't think he's definitely not such a hard carry that he can carry them to a win right now. I think
Yeah.
right now if they took on DC, it would be probably closer than it was.
Yeah.
However
I
many
think
weeks
I
ago.
think if DKE played DC soon, I think DKE would win.
Wiz
not
Wiz
me.
just keeps on going on too many flanks. Apparently, like he goes on flanks and then he gets caught out, and then that's when
Yeah,
they lose.
definitely.
True.
Yeah. And the play of the match for that game was Sherlock, I don't know. And the honorable mentions were Viper and Kizgo.
Yeah.
All right.
Sherlock's good.
Yeah. Next game was Vitalize versus CDC. Vitalize 131. And I just have to say, Acri on the dock said that this game was
Yeah.
very
Yeah, it doesn't
bad.
count.
And it was mainly just subs plus the team. It was mainly
Yeah, it doesn't count. It
subs.
doesn't count.
Yeah. So, of course, this game, in my opinion, doesn't really show the strength of CDC. I feel like they're probably one of, if not the
Yeah.
top team.
I'd probably say they're probably the best in Division A, like along with Papega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
CDC with their full roster would
yeah.
like 3-0 probably.
I think
Vital.
like both teams are kind of like middle, trying like especially Vitalize. They're probably the most middle of the pack team, I think, right now.
Yeah. This is true.
And-
This is true.
And then CDC, you know, they're definitely above average. They're climbing into that top rank, but yeah, I mean, there's not much to say because there wasn't many players.
Yeah. And the play of the matches for that game was Great Cub and Crybaby. And the honorable mention was Andrew O. Those are gamers.
This is true. They are gaming. They are gaming.
And then the next game, which is a surprise to me, was Powerhouse
definitely.
versus Shanghai. Powerhouse 131. I actually,
Probably the biggest upset of
Yeah.
yeah.
of so
I rate-
far, like
I
of
rate
all the weeks.
Shanghai so highly. Like,
Yeah, everyone thought Shanghai
I think-
was that good, but like they're not that untouchable.
I think with this loss,
everyone
it kind of like knocks them off a little bit.
Yeah.
Makes people
I
think
agree.
that they're a little overrated.
I mean, from like basically after week 2, after we played Shanghai, I thought really highly of Wait What because we weren't like 100% during Wait What, but I mean, props to DeFi. Like
Yes,
they were
sir.
popping. They were
Yeah, you-
definitely. We played
Don't count
Shanghai a
crack,
lot
move.
closer. Yeah.
yeah.
And Powerhouse. It's a weird one because I don't really think of them too high.
I think they're middle.
Yeah. I
they're
agree.
near the top of Division B, but like
I don't
Yeah.
think there's really like, besides Overcharge, we'll probably get that in a minute, but I don't think there's really like a bottom team. I mean, Overcharge still is like just like a below
Overcharge-
average.
I think
Yeah,
with the changes Overcharge make though, I think they'll be
Yeah.
decent.
yeah, if Overcharge's
Middle.
changes can end up like working out, then they'll be all right. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's really a team in Division B that's like bad.
Yeah.
I think you can
especially
definitely make
not
some
in comparison
cases.
to Division A. Yeah.
Yeah, DKE, DC, definitely make some arguments, not to diss anyone, those guys, but
Yeah.
Yeah. And the play of the match for that game was Owo. I hate saying that. And the honorable mentions were Dad and Kef.
Kef
FOW.
Kef Pog.
Who has the copy pasta?
Monkey
I don't.
Boogaloo.
Not I.
All right. So the next game was Wait What versus High Society. Wait What 131. Adifi, can you give us some insight about the game?
We pretty much kind of knew we were gonna win, but like,
Toxic.
it was weird because our main tank was Soundwave, but he kind of got killed by G-Force now, like not existing anymore. So we had to run a new lineup like in that week, but it didn't end up working. So,
Yeah.
but now we're still grinding. Roster fun.
yeah, I think of Wait What like probably the best team right now.
Yeah.
If people can
Yeah,
show up,
if your starting roster is there,
yeah.
definitely.
I do think high society, like everyone thinks that they're like a really bad team, but I feel like they're better. Than people.
I think they're definitely like if you were to make a tier list, probably like A.
If they were in Division
Maybe.
A, it would be.
They
a
would
lot better
definitely
for
be.
them.
Yeah, they're in the
Yeah.
other division. They
Which
would
is
be
like
a little bit
Division B.
better.
Division like in relating to Overwatch League, I mean, Division B is basically like Pacific. Like,
True,
there's a
this
lot
is
of good.
true.
Any truers? Ah.
Yeah.
Alright, so the player of the match for that game was Stormson, and the honorable mentions were Greek God X and Spork.
Yeah, Stormson's just kind of and Greek on the Rhine. Ooh, kind of nasty with it.
Spork's the real nasty one. I feel like
Yeah.
he's like.
Spork is still kind of nice with. Except
I
for this
don't understand when people say that the Snipes is better than Spork on the
No,
hit stand.
I think Spork is definitely like one of the best.
Yeah, I think
Stand.
Spork is the best.
His mechanical skill is insane.
Yeah, during the draft we didn't think we'd pick him up because I just thought he would be gone in like 3rd round or something. But then he was there like 6th
Yeah,
or
it
7th
was
round,
like-
and we're like, sure, we don't have a plan for hit scan right now, so
I remember watching the
worked out so
draft and I
far,
was like,
so-
wow, he dropped a low.
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
it's mostly because people think that Spork is just like too toxic.
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, props to you guys for not falling apart like everyone.
Everyone thought you guys were gonna fall.
Maybe we might just have to. We might have faked falling apart a few times, but
Oh, it was a debate.
maybe
Holy,
No
holy
leaks,
shit!
though, no leaks,
You're
though.
insane.
I just have to
no
say,
leaks, no leaks.
I just have to say, Covet, Pepe hands.
Oh, Pepe.
Oh,
Pepe hands.
Like since we found out like during the scrim that he got banned in that Soundwave like couldn't play anymore. So then he played that scrim and then
So you're down 2 people?
and then yeah, we lost 2 people in one scrim, kind of unlucky. We lost both of our mains in one
couldn't be
scrim.
me.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Alright, so, next game is Yoink versus Overcharged.
You got 2 people from each team. You got 1 person from each team.
Yeah, and it was 3-0 by Yoink. Raging and Hunter, can you guys say anything about that game?
I'll let you go ahead first.
Alright, well, we had a lot of confidence going in because, like, at the time, Shanghai, you know, they're undefeated and we played them, like, really close. So, like, we were happy with the performance. Obviously, we didn't win, so we weren't, like, super happy. But, we were super confident. We've been booming in scrims the entire week.
And
And,
us in the warm up.
Scrim bucks.
yeah. Like, we were popping off in scrims the entire week, and we knew Acid was not going to be there because he was at the Philly homestand. So we just practiced with Ali the entire week, and it obviously worked out. Overcharge, like, I mean, props to them. Like, they played a lot closer than we thought. They were making some plays that kind of caught us off guard. That's all I have to say.
All right. Okay. So, I will say that the game was a lot closer than the score says. I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
3-0 is. I'm gonna say that we weren't. I wasn't too confident going into that week, just because I knew I was already getting dropped like a week before. At first I was under the impression I was getting traded, so I knew I was leaving. So I didn't have like the mentality, I guess, because like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh well, who cares? Let's just play. I do think that. So we didn't calm, like our comms just were dead, non-existent. You guys did make a really good plays, but I don't know, I really don't know what to say. Like
Yeah.
with everything changing, with us getting the new main tank, honestly, we never had a fair shot from the start. Like Milky 2 days to scout. We didn't have a coach until like 3 days before the first game. We lost our main tank because inactivity, and then we lost Prime because he was a Smurf. That none of us knew about. So our 3rd and 4th round pick, I'm pretty sure he was 4th round pick, just gone.
Yeah.
So we were like rebuilding from the start, and it was kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, I definitely noticed some. Just talking about the game, I definitely noticed some disconnection between the team. Like I
Yeah.
could tell, like there was one time I don't want to like flex, but like I got a 4K on Havana, just like from the side, and like there was super easy because I think someone could have called out that I was just on the flank and make it a walled, but it was too late by then.
Yeah. I don't know. I did my best. I feel like there wasn't much I could have done without. I don't know. There's
it's a
things
team
that we could have
game.
done. Yeah, it's a team game.
Yeah.
Just we couldn't make plays when it mattered most, I guess. Also, Ali would have the freaking May wall up my face and then throw Blizzard. I didn't have enough time to fly over it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So the player of the matches for that game was Luxy, Zakatar, and Raging Cool. Congrats, Raging Cool.
Augers.
Good job, Raging Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was 3 players in the match.
Is that allowed?
Yeah.
I will say that Zakatar probably deserves it a little bit more. Zakatar was your guys' carry that game, I feel.
His D was insane.
Yeah. And the honorable mention was Spork.
The other sport.
Yeah, Spork,
Yeah.
yes.
The
true
good one?
Spork 2, Spork 2.
Spork 2.
Spork 2 Electric Boogaloo. Alright. That was, Alright, moving on to the next, to our predictions. First game is Bot Burgers versus CDC. We all have CDC winning. Because, as we said before, one of the top teams.
Yeah. I mean, I think as long as CDC has the roster, it's not going to be like too tough of a
Yeah,
game.
that's true. True.
Yeah.
And Bot Burgers also did just lose Kai, who was
Yeah.
like one of their best players. So that's unfortunate for them. But like,
Mhm.
and I think Octo also stepped down for manager, if I remember correct.
Yeah, Octo
Yeah.
stepped down. He's he traded with Jemima.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jemima was assistant. Now he's main, and then
It'll be interesting. Will,
I don't think
will
much
the
will
Bot
change,
Burgers
though.
run from last season come back? We will see. We shall see.
Yeah.
okay. But Adifi and Pooter, you guys have him winning a map.
Yeah. I
This
just
is-
feel like Bot Burgers has a chance, you know? Just, like, one map at least.
It's the reason I have him taking him out is because I don't think CDC is that strong without Jeff. They're just kind of inconsistent, and I was former bot buster, so you gotta give him what you gotta do. What you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so the next game is Vitalize versus DKE. 3 of us have Vitalize winning,
A Deefy.
but a Deefy. You have DKE
Okay.
winning 3-2. I think this is...
That's the unpopular opinion.
I think
Explain.
this is one
Explain.
of the first times
Uh,
that someone has predicted DKE winning. So,
Okay, so since the start of the season, I've been on the DKE hype train, and this hype train will keep growing
All right.
as long as DKE keeps grinding. Because like from the beginning, at the beginning they kind of just got rolled, but now they're getting less and less rolled, and I think that's gonna come together here, and they will take the win.
I mean,
Getting less
okay.
and less rolled. Okay.
You know what? DK, like, they're definitely going to get better, but I don't think this week's the week.
They haven't made any changes to the roster. The only thing that
You
they
don't need
did was
change.
was
You
made
don't need to.
was the manager. They need changes. They
I
don't
think
need
it's just
change,
kind of
they need
the...
grind.
you don't magically get better. You need to make changes, and it starts with the
Yeah,
starts
and
with the
also,
players.
and just a small part of it about this. As you know, you might know that I don't really like Vitalize. That might be part of it, just maybe.
Yeah.
It's fair. I don't care for Vitalize too much either, but I don't think they're
So,
gonna.
I think it's just the, like...
and there weren't enough interesting predictions, so you gotta
Sure.
you
Yeah. You gotta
throw
you
it
gotta
out
have
there.
one unpopular
bring the
opinion.
Dreamcasper. Bring the Dreamcasper. Let's get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. So next game is Papega Parrots versus Double Cap. We all have Papega Parrots winning. Some of us have Double Cap taking map. But except from that, Papega Parrots is just a strong team.
Yeah, Papega's just a good team, and DC's kind of not.
I believe in Sparkle. Sparkle can clutch a map. That's it. One map.
I mean,
Sparkle.
I think it'll probably be a closer 3-0, but not like a... Like, comparable to a 3-1. I just don't think they have the clutch factor to secure at least the map.
Oh yeah. Alright, next is Shanghai Sellouts versus Overcharge. We all have Shanghai winning. But, Hunter, you think they're gonna go for 2 maps?
I do have it going the distance. Okay. So hear me out.
Alright.
Hear me out. Okay. They have the new roster. Okay.
They do.
Okay. They're gonna be hyped. Okay. Now, however, this could either blow up in their face or it could work out. Okay. Here's what I'll say: they need a new DPS line. Okay. I love Fimi. Okay, right? Fimi, go Fimi. Okay. But he doesn't have the strongest Mei. So if they found a DPS that plays Mei, then they'll be good. But right now, I don't think Fimi's Mei is like up to par.
Yeah.
Like you see it every week. He
Yeah.
just gets his blizzards eaten. Okay.
Kind of a far one trick.
No,
I wouldn't call him a Pharah one trick, but he definitely uses Pharah as a crutch.
Fimi week 1 against, I believe it was Powerhouse. He was
He-
popping off on the Kree. Like,
He didn't play Kree against Powerhouse. I don't believe. He played
Against
Mei.
some team.
He played Mei because Prime was on our team back then. So, but he didn't in the Powerhouse game. We probably would have won, but he never got a blizzard off.
Yeah.
alright, well, I'm
And
just
yes,
maybe
in
remembering
Shanghai,
stuff.
they are coming off of a loss, so that could have a big
Yeah.
impact.
So their morale also yeah.
might be boomed. It might be, especially then if like one overcharge comes out and like takes the first map or something. Then I see it like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I see them taking the control map. That's why I don't.
yeah,
think
but
they'll-
or like any map really, because Shanghai they
Yeah.
think like they should just win.
also
but
they
then-
also see overcharge as like a weaker team.
yeah,
So
and then if they lose a map, then you can get boomed off.
They're gonna get
Yeah,
gonna get
I mean-
mentally boomed.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Shanghai losing this game. Like, it's not like a out of the picture thing, but I just think that they're just stronger than Overcharge. But like, if Overcharge is able to take a couple maps, it might be over.
They would only
Honestly.
need 3, and then it would be
Yeah.
over. Okay. Also, think about the math, okay? Overcharge almost beat Powerhouse, and Powerhouse 3-1 Shanghai. Right,
That's
they
true,
3-1
that's
them?
true.
Hey, think about the math.
True.
That means they could win. They could get their first
It's
victory.
possible.
Big-
But I don't
big
know. I
brain
don't
math.
see Overcharge getting a victory until either next week or the week after.
Okay. Next game is High Society versus Yoink. I'm the only one who has High Society winning, but everyone
Come
else has
on,
Yoink
man.
winning.
Come on.
Alright,
bro.
Raging, I'm sorry. I just feel like High Society is, no offense to all the other teams, but right now they are my favorite team. I don't know why they are.
Toxic.
Yo, I'm not toxic.
Bro.
You're not jumping on the free agent bandwagon? Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come
I'm
on,
sorry.
Twitter. Real
Put
mature.
the
real
hands.
mature.
Yo, my bias
Everyone's-
is coming through.
Everyone's monkey one trick that they love to hate on.
Here. Pepe Hams.
He's on the free agent team.
This is not wrong, not wrong.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I'm very biased about this. High Society, I just like them. I don't know why. I just do. And yeah. So why do you guys think Yoink is gonna win?
All right,
Yoink is
so
crap.
I think it does go the 3-2. I'm hoping for the 3-2 because we need more 3-2s.
I do not.
Yeah,
I think
Yoink is crazy. Yoink is kind of silly with it.
yeah, Yoink they're good, okay, but I have insight, okay, my big brain, okay.
What is your
If
insight?
Luxie dies, they don't say shit. They all go quiet. All they have to do, focus Luxie, and they'll win. As soon as Luxie dies, their comms die, and they don't know what to say.
Take notes, Nick and Seb. Take note. Take note.
Yep, take notes.
All right.
Luxie dies.
Okay.
So here, Luxie dies, and then you go to Kern. They're
I-
Lucian. It's
Hey, wait.
I have
cut,
leaked.
Cut the VOD. Cut the VOD.
Hey.
Cut the VOD.
Cut it, cut it.
Hey,
He has
you guys thought it was
insider
funny.
information.
This is not fair.
He has inside
He's
information in the crowd,
leaking.
okay?
He's leaking our
Monkey W,
comms.
Monkey W.
Okay, we have to get a high society member on right now to tell us their comms.
Nope,
Uh,
that's what they get.
hold up, I'm DMing Nick. Give me a second.
Nick, can you come in here for a second?
We need you to leak strats.
Tell us what your comms are like.
All right,
Yeah.
moving on to the next game. It's Powerhouse versus Wait What. We all have Wait What winning except for DP because he's dumb and he's on Wait What.
Being on
Okay.
wait, what? Couldn't imagine.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
Wait,
DP
what?
get trial.
Wait, what, Pooter? That was
wait,
weird.
what?
Wait,
All right.
what?
So they're probably one of the strongest teams here, but I feel like Powerhouse,
True.
coming out of the win against Shanghai, will at least get a map. At least.
Kev kind of nutty though. You know what? I'm changing my prediction right now.
Right now,
3-2. 3-2. Wait,
Bruh.
what?
If
three,
Cat-
Kev locks Junkrat, we win.
Hey, oh, true. You know what? 3-2 Powerhouse. Kev.
No, it depends.
Kev
It depends on
OW.
what Kev decides to lock in. If he locks in like Junkrat, then we win. If he locks in a character he like knows how to play well, then it'll be hard.
Caf OW.
I mean, like, give credit to Powerhouse. Like, something has to go right, like, to beat Shanghai, because Shanghai, they're not bad. And I mean, they
Yeah.
3-1 Shanghai.
I will say this. I was in the free agent pugs for Hanamura Hotshots, right? Kef was kind of nutty. Kef was kind of nutty on the
Kev
sim.
is kind of nice with it. Kev is good.
He
Kev
got
is
kind of dirty with it.
good. Kev is good, but I just don't know if he's enough to not carry, but like.
It's Kef OW.
I mean, like, it's like this kind of like matchup, because if you want Kef, then Spork is equally as
Sport,
good.
yeah, sport.
Nope.
Sport can
just
No.
no.
one can compete
no.
But okay,
with the Kef train.
alright. But like, it's matchup, so like, if Kef pops up, then Sport can pop off, and it's like matchup, and I think just overall, wait, what has the better roster?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Like,
Deefy.
I would agree.
Hey, Deefy.
Yeah.
I'll
Probably
change it
good that you
to
agree.
I'll change it to 3-0. Wait, what if you give me a trial?
Okay. I will think about it.
All right, I'm changing it to 3-0. Wait, what? We got this.
Okay.
Oh, wait, what? I'm on the Spork train.
Can
All
you
right,
do
so
that?
so I
Is that
guess
allowed?
I just did.
I guess everyone's
been
going
right.
for wait what now?
All right, Spork, locking the widow.
Spork locking the
True.
legs.
Or yeah, true.
Spork more like fork, cause you get more done with the fork.
No, you don't.
True.
It
Alright,
depends.
this is bringing up a different conversation.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the end of the intermediate countdown. Do you guys have any farewell messages?
Wait.
Yeah, what's up?
How do you guys feel about hero pools?
No.
I mean, I know how my team feels about it, because there are some people, utensil, that really
I don't know who that is.
that really dislike the Chinese lady,
Yeah.
May.
and maybe
I'm pretty sure
and,
she's Korean, right?
No,
She's
she's Chinese.
wait. Yeah, she's.
okay. This is
Chinese.
gonna get bad. Let's just skip over it. She's one of the
canceled.
Asians.
Canceled.
Yep.
Cancelled.
Okay.
So I know my team would like it, so we don't have to play against May, but then also they could just like get rid of the characters we like to play, and that would also just kind of be bad for us.
Yeah.
But,
There's definitely one or two people on my team that are like kind of on the fence, but I think everyone else like wants it just because of secret strats that I won't leak.
That's a
All right,
bit of a
all right. I'll
weird-
leak them right
Strats
now. All
involve
right, guys.
Bastion.
So if you guys go to Eichenwald, kidding, I
Okay.
won't leak it. It has something to do with a table.
Alright.
Where is there a table in Eichenwald?
Kick him.
All right.
Where is there a table?
It's a table and a spawn and a sim and a bastion.
Bro.
All right.
All right. Hold on.
Kick him,
Okay,
he's
so
out.
here's what I'll say about hero pools.
Yeah.
It would help the people on the teams that don't get played that often. Okay, so people like me, for example, who specialize in playing the like all the heroes in my category. For example, statistically the greatest monkey one trick to ever play the game. Okay,
Okay.
there's no one that can compete. Okay, so if Reinhardt gets banned, it's quite honestly Monkey. Monkey's the next person to go in.
Is it?
Or Orisa.
Yes, no, Monkey's better. Monkey's better in every way.
I mean, it's either Monkey or Riss, to be honest.
Yeah. Or you just run like Hog Diva, like my team tries to do.
Monkey will
Hog Diva!
shred over
Yeah!
the Orisa. Monkey will
Yeah,
shred over.
that's our specialty for when we start winning a few maps, and then we decide to.
All right, so Raging, what other strats you want me to leak?
Pooter cut the VOD.
Alright, so do you guys have any farewell messages?
We hashtag bring the huh.
All right,
Wait, what? 10-0. Let's get it.
Alright.
So
Go
let
Zoink.
me go over my notes. Please follow at Shimothy on Twitter because he's my favorite Twitterer to ever Twitter.
Bro. This is a brother.
All right,
move.
sure.
I would make a Shanghai sellout.
Also,
meme, but no.
hold up, I need to get my monetization voice. To any team that needs a main or off tank, please message Hunter27King on Discord with a 3500 peak. I main Diva, and Sigma. Cool. DM me.
I
Mwah.
respect the hustle. I respect the hustle.
Yeah.
It's tough on these streets for a monkey one trick that barely plays monkey because of meta.
Pepe hand.
Yeah, true.
All right, guys, I'm
All right.
cutting the VOD.
What's happening, ladies and gentlemen of League Zero, and welcome to the Advanced Division segment. Today we got some guests for you. We got, first off, Joshua on top, the supposed to be main tank of Hanamura, if I recall, but you've been playing main support more often than not.
Yeah, true.
We have Tiny Move filling in for some people who couldn't show up, also on Hanamura, Hitscan.
Yeah.
Got the manager of Flushed, Red X.
Bruh.
Can always count on him to give some sort of wacky ass opinion. You're gonna be hearing a lot of those. Anyways, let's get into the weekly recap, because this past weekend was something. Wasn't quite as bad as last weekend where we had like forfeits and like basically all 3-0s, but some matches were more exciting than others. So first match we got Hangzhou versus Guangzhou. Hangzhou took it demandingly 3-0. Guangzhou just... I don't know what the hell's wrong with Guangzhou at this point.
They're kind of boomed mentally, not gonna lie.
Like, they kept swapping people out, and like they didn't have the same support line for 2 maps in a row. And Kaigo just absolutely popped off.
Well, it's not like not having the same support line isn't really the problem. The problem is that like their best player is 4.1 peak, and the rest of their team is just like I don't know. Bakanje is good at Sig, but like is Diva kind of lacking though? And I didn't even watch the game honestly. I didn't.
I did.
I just
Yeah,
know I
yeah.
just know Hangzhou rolled, and if Hangzhou rolled Guangzhou, that's like I don't know.
Yeah, I've been hearing
Like-
a lot of rumors that Guangzhou's probably the worst in the league right now, and after seeing Hangzhou demanding...
They lost to Jepic main support. Like,
Yeah,
let's
I mean,
be
like,
real. They
Zepic
lost.
isn't
They
that
lost to Jepic
a
main support.
but like I'm still getting used to him not being an off tank.
Yeah.
That being said, like you said, Bakanje just doesn't look
I love
comfortable
you,
on the
Jepic.
Diva. Pings is smart, but he's not mechanically as good as people like Gag or Falcon, for example, so he just kind of gets outclassed. Term and Kaigo in particular just like bullied the crap out of Guangzhou in particular. Like Haptek did pretty good facing up against Term. I'd say they were honestly pretty equal in the matchup, but like there wasn't much of a team to back Haptek up for the most part. Brody was rather unimpressive despite all the hype. I guess Pooter, you can be happy that you didn't pick him up
Yep.
then, or maybe he just
Orisa
needs-
gamer.
But Agreed actually got player of the match. Not too surprising. He honestly did boom Brody in multiple different ways. Like he just built Shatter faster, got more value out of it. The team backed him up more, looked more coordinated. I know Snowman was saying something along the lines of like that was Brody's first day with them, but like last week when Newts forfeited to Guangzhou, like Brody was there. So he should have at least had a full week of scrim time, so I don't know if they're not scrimming or what.
Yeah, wait, so they have Brody in full time then now, right?
The last
Or-
map, they swapped Brody out and put Bakanje on Rhine, and then had
Oh,
Pings.
oh.
So like they
Voluntarily.
yeah,
Bakanje
I don't know if
Ryan.
that's an upgrade or not. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
it was.
Bro,
they actually
the
did better.
The Bakanje Ryan, the 30% win rate Warlord. I don't know if that's the
Like,
play.
Ironically,
Yeah.
they did better. I think it's just because that's what they were practicing with for like the first week or
Probably.
two.
yeah,
but, like,
yeah, that makes
Yeah, I
sense.
think so.
I get the
Like-
feeling they maybe just didn't practice.
Yeah, doesn't Brody have like a really high peak? Because honestly, I haven't been that impressed by him.
4.6? Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
he had
I
a
don't know.
nice
Shaw
week.
gamer.
I don't think he's bad. It's just like,
No.
yeah, I
Mechanically-
wasn't. I'm not impressed by
Mechanically,
him.
he's rather good, but he didn't really get the backup from the team. I don't know who's calming for them, but like it seems disorganized. Anyways,
Yeah,
that's
to be fair, like you said, like they probably haven't scrimmed him that much as they have like with Bakanje on the Rhine, so he's kind of already at a disadvantage.
yeah. Hopefully they can pull it together, because right now they do genuinely look just completely lost. They look like a quick play
Yeah.
team. Moving on to the next match, though, probably the best match of the week. I would actually have to say the best match of the week was Newt versus the Flock. Flock took it in a thrilling map 5. Maps 4 and 5 in particular were really dragged out, partially because Surf kept disconnecting, but also because it just went the distance. Like, Rialto was, I think, 5-4. Oasis, the tiebreaker, went to like the third round, and Surf kept disconnecting. Flock won a 5v6. Granted, they already had control of the point. Actually, I'm going to go, that's going to be the weekly segment, so I'm going to go over that for a few minutes, like give an in-depth analysis on why they could win that. Because, yes, they still had control of the point, but like that's still impressive that they managed to defend it for about 30 to 25-ish% of 5v6.
Yeah. Like, I think the final round was like 99-99. Like, it was really close. Yeah.
But,
all 3 rounds were close.
You know, the last map was really close, but you know, it sucks that they had to like play 5v5 on Rialto for a bit. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, granted, Surf came back after like 1 team fight, whereas Oasis, like, he
and
disconnected.
then it was 6v5. Like, bro, they had the advantage.
Yeah. Ironically enough, Surf got player of the match. He did play rather well. Ironically, I don't think I've ever seen Surf eat any ultimates, not counting High Noons, because that doesn't show up in the kill feed, so it's
he
hard
is
to...
anorexic.
But at the very least, he's a really good assassin diva. Like, he punishes the enemy backline whenever they're out of position. Honorable mention goes out to EMP. He's honestly looked pretty good. Like, Chance played, I think, for the first map, and then he had to go or something like that. But EMP's honestly looked rather good. I think it's just because he has synergy from playing on previous teams with Surf and Fortal in particular. So, obviously, having your main support, synergy and all that. Fun match.
But it was a fun match, but I assume some of you might know about what airlock into Hanzo as well on Rialto. And kind of tilting their team off the face of the planet.
Oh, so. Really? I didn't hear those rumors, but it does make sense, because he didn't really do much on Hanzo, and I was like, why is he on Hanzo? Like, that's not really as good as anything else you can pick right now.
I'm pretty sure the direct quote was, "It's 5v6, I'm not playing Mei."
I mean,
famous last words.
Kinda? I don't know.
Wait for a week. Never
Anyways, got the next match, which I'm sure Red X would like to forget, which was Easy Clap versus Flushed. Easy Clap took it 3-0. Player of the match was Koodle, no honorable mentions. Unfortunate, from what I've heard, it was basically a 4v6 in favor of Easy Clap the entire time.
Yeah. So, first of all, we didn't have a main tank. So, Gag was on Ryan.
Didn't you have McMatt in the lobby, though? I remember Hedwig saying that.
He lost his voice. Like,
didn't he leave for like college or something?
Yeah,
like,
no, yes.
He's on
the thing is, they have Tespa at 8, so they technically could have played for an hour.
Oh, okay.
But we had practiced with quotation marks, Gag on Ryan. And by practice, I mean one scrim against a 4.4k team that had the game on quick play settings, and then we switched to goats, and then they left. So
sounds like good practice.
Yep.
Honestly.
As on top of that, Bubbles on Debo was a free feed a little bit in the first map, but the first map was honestly quite close. There, like, first night market was honestly, we could have won it, but we didn't. Both teams didn't play Mei. If we played Mei and they played Mei, I think it probably would have been closer. And we also didn't have Rev because he's suspended. We also Genie was tilting because everyone else was throwing.
Genie, man,
Melon was AFKing.
I feel so bad for Genie. Like, he got bullied so hard, and no one was peeling for him because Bubbles was on ball.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
Genie, that was not your fault. I'll say that much.
Yeah, no, he was tilting, and then Melon AFK'd on Temple of Anubis defense. Like, straight up just AFK'd and didn't tell anyone.
I think overall that was just a weird game. Like, I really don't think that
then last map, I just
flush.
Yeah, definitely not. No, we didn't have a main tank. If Mega Gus was there, it would have been a lot closer. If we had Rev there, I honestly think we might have won, to be real.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
On top of that, if we scrim more, we probably we scrimmed like twice technically, but like they canceled. Hangzhou Bark canceled after we hard rolled them with Chegg on Doomfist. Yeah, so they rage quit, I think, and I wasn't even there for that because I was casting, and then I came back and the scrim was over, 30 minutes. So
Unlucky.
but yeah. Oh yeah, I just want to put that out there. Bubbles kind of boomed Yusuf on Ryan on Kings Row. Like actually.
Yeah, as the match went on, and I think especially after Genie left for the last map, because he was tilting off the face of the planet
Yeah.
from what I heard. Like once,
Early Bird came in, even though he
Yeah.
had Tespa, and literally he was late to Tespa, I'm pretty sure, because he decided to come in and play. But we almost won, but we didn't win because Melanie AFK'd and sat down with Cal. So
yeah, I remember that.
Poggers.
Yeah, under different circumstances, I think that game would have been a lot different.
Yeah,
Because,
definitely.
like, you guys weren't playing Mei, you didn't have a main tank, you didn't have Rev. Like,
Yeah.
if you guys actually had, like, a good game, that would have been a lot closer, if not a win for
Oh,
you guys.
next time we're gonna make it a good game for sure.
Alright.
Good thing they're in our division, so we get to play them again.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, going over to the last match, which two people in here probably want to forget, which was Goats Only and Hanamura.
I think we just get this.
Have you guys actually been able to play your ideal lineup yet this season?
No.
No.
They trying to be Jade.
No.
They trying to be Jade.
Not.
No, we haven't.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
basically,
we've always had a big loss. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure every single week you guys have had a
Yeah.
crucial substitute. Like Jish was on Lucio more often than he's been on main tank, and he's supposed to be a main tank. And it's like, oh my god, you guys need a larger
Yeah.
roster.
Week 1, we had Glacial gone because he was in New York for Overwatch League. Week 2, Astra couldn't make it, and then last second, our flex support Swift couldn't make it for this game.
No.
So,
Asher couldn't make it. Oh.
yeah.
Just for Lucio wasn't bad. I mean, I think he played well.
The carry wasn't there. No.
I still.
I
can't
mean,
think of
having
that
Astra
personally.
play flex support when he's a main support player, like, I don't think he did
Ugh.
bad, but it wasn't as good of a support line as
Wait,
it could
wait,
have
wait,
been
wait,
with
you're-
the
honestly-
Swift end.
You're trying to say that Moira is I don't know. I heard his Moira is pretty good.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
he's number 1 Mora. He's cracked, okay?
Number one.
You haven't seen it.
Other than Genie. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Astra
I-
was not comfortable on it. Hana, that was obvious.
No
Yeah,
one was
it's-
really comfortable that match, I would say. It was just not a good day. I don't
See,
even know if I want to go in detail, because
You guys lost to Chegg Overwatch.
I mean, Chegg wasn't bad. Chegg was not
The
bad.
Chegg rat was too powerful.
And you lost to Diamond Waste. Like,
Okay.
I heard a lot of people, like, after the match, before I had watched the VOD, like, Oace carried with anti-nades and stuff. I'm sorry, Oace, but you really didn't have that large of an impact. Like, you did your job, you healed, but, like, you're not a support. Like, I could tell that much from watching. Like, he anti maybe flawless ever. That was about it. Like, he didn't do
Bro,
bad, but he didn't carry as much as people
like
say.
I feel like Flawless definitely should have blocked some of those antis. He has top 100 OD after all.
Oh, okay.
Is he? I don't know.
He was. That's what meme did.
Oh. I don't know.
I mean, I just don't know what else to say. It was just a bad game for us.
It was
Like,
honestly
I don't want
just-
to make excuses, but I don't know.
Like, from a third-person perspective, the entire match was a shit show. Like, Goats only played
It
terribly.
was.
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys,
yeah,
you guys like soft through. Like, you guys played better all around, but then you soft through at certain points. So it's like Goats only.
I
was
think
like,
we were just
definitely.
tilted.
I wanna. Can I elaborate on that? Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we just played it. We were just so scared sometimes. Like, I think we were just
Yeah.
terrified of losing. Like, at one point, we were on Hanamura, and they had to get a tick, and our Lucio was coming back, and only our Lucio, and their entire team wasn't there, and we were like, okay, we're gonna hold on point here. Instead of going and holding the best choke in the game with our Mei alive, we're gonna sit on point.
I mean, I don't think that was a bad call, but I do get what you're saying, though. Like, that
Yeah,
just
no,
kinda
I just
showed
feel
the
like
rest
in a
of the
in a
series,
scrim,
like-
we would not have made that call. We would not have.
I get, yeah, okay.
Okay, Tiny Poo.
Yes.
But yeah, it definitely, like, not hearing the comms or anything like that. I felt like you guys probably had some sort of breakdown.
Yeah,
in
I don't think you want to hear
communication.
those.
Yeah.
We just kind of went into the match with, like, I wouldn't say like a bad mentality, but just we had this like thinking that we were just gonna 3-0, and then when we just started not doing as great as we could, because like we didn't have our starting 6, we were all kind of tilted already. It was just not a good day. Like the second we started losing, it just it was really hard to get back. Like even winning King's Row, like it was like 5-4. Like that was a struggle to win King's Row.
The L.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
We just that's it. That's how to describe it. We suck. Lol.
My hands.
I don't think you guys are quite as bad as
Number 8
as the
team beats
memes.
number 1 team.
I don't think you guys are half as bad as the memes.
You guys, they didn't have
are, but,
Astra in,
Yeah, Astra's the
Okay.
carry. Not gonna lie.
and Hamop. I don't know, man. Dude, he's bro. He must be a weightlifter because I'm actually whip maining in real life. I'm not even kidding.
He's rank 1 Mercy. It's okay. You haven't seen his Mercy. He would have carried if we put him in. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just didn't want to unleash the power.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hamop carry.
Anyways,
Bro,
that's how
how can yeah? Oh.
anyway, the player of the match was Adam. Surprisingly, I guess he must be their shot caller or something. He didn't really have too many standout plays, and then Shag and Raph were the honorable mentions.
Yeah,
thought
I was
Shag-
a bit surprised
Adam
at
is their
that,
best
not gonna lie.
player by a long shot.
Adam, really?
Adam's their best player.
He was alright. I don't know. Like Chegg did
No,
really well.
Adam's comms are really good.
I haven't
Wasn't he
heard
on
that much
Lucio?
about
Well,
him.
then I can.
He was their Lucio,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, Adam's their best player.
Yeah, I mean,
I know
he
he's really
was
good.
a solid Lucio. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I
Yeah,
guess,
Luna's
but if
pretty
he had good comms, then for sure, I guess, he deserves it.
Yeah, because I usually I can nail Lucio's, but he was pretty hard to hit across the map.
Anyways.
Bro,
usually-
that's gay.
he's
That's
skyboxing
gay.
the
That's
map.
gay. That's gay.
Let's go on to the predictions. So, first
Alright.
match of this upcoming week is Hangzhou versus Easy Clap. Unsurprisingly, all 4 of us expect Easy Clap to 3-0 this. Hangzhou has looked a lot better. Granted, they were versing Guangzhou this past weekend, so it's hard to say how much better they look. But with Kaigo and Term is actually surprisingly scary as a DPS duo. So, we'll have to wait and
Hey.
see, but I mean, it's Easy Clap, so if they decide to try.
If Hackerman turns it up to 11, maybe W.
He had like one
No,
save
I can see
clip.
him taking him
That
out.
was it. But
I could maybe see Bark taking him out because
Yeah,
I think Bark is actually
have a
kind of
hacker
decent
after
now.
all.
Okay.
and I had completely forgotten about that until I looked at the player
Oh,
match stuff.
I know how they could win.
What?
They put Colby in. Colby lost to a Plat Rhine.
I do think it's unfortunate that like Bark is actually like a pretty solid team now. Like they're not like amazing, but they're not like bottom tier as like once were at the beginning of the season. But they're facing Easy Clap, so I don't know.
Yeah,
It's hard to see them winning.
I can see Easy Clap miming in the beginning and them taking an early map.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think that's what we did, honestly.
Yeah, kind of. That's
That's
kind of what happened to us.
that's probably what we could have done if we played May.
True.
Anyways, next matchup is Flushed versus Newt Newt. Pretty much everyone here thinks it's going to be Flush taking it. I think it'll be 3-2. Could be close, depending on how Newt Newt's mentality is and all that. The Hanamura folks think it'll be 3-1. I could definitely see Flush taking it a little bit more demandingly than I'm thinking. But
It might be a little weird.
yeah,
I don't. We'll see.
it depends
there's
on
a-
Newt Newt.
Hey, so
Sure, yeah.
by the time this comes out, we'll know if Dart ghosted me or not. So that's cool.
Yeah, there
I
have
think there's
been
a lot
some-
of factors going into the outcome of this match. Like, I would have said Flush just dominates it, but like, one, I don't think Newt Newt's is bad, and two, you guys don't have Rev, and hopefully you'll have a main tank next time.
yeah, no, we will have a main tank no matter what.
Okay.
If Dart doesn't ghost us,
Yeah, I still
have
think you
heard,
guys win.
I've heard some rumors
Hey.
floating about of trades in the works. I'm not sure if those will happen before this comes out.
Yeah, hey guys, it's me, Pooter Scooter. Guess what? I'm picking up Gagbag. Yeah, sure you are, bud. Okay, just putting that in general chat. You're so cool. Guys, I got Gagbag. No, you didn't. No, it was literally not even a choice. We're literally not in 1,000 years. Literally not.
Just give up an MVP caliber off tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll trade him for Adam and Zoinks. Easy. Thank you.
Trade him for Chegg.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
good
and he won a genie too. On top of that, so thanks, Pooter. Sorry for
Yeah.
leaking it, but you did it first.
Well, he said it in general chat, so I don't think it's that much of a leak.
Yeah.
He said he was looking to get Ultra. Who is it? Ultra, Baz, Genie, and Gag.
He was trying to get Gag because okay. This is actually a pretty funny story. Gag in like every single scrim is just be like, guys, I'm going to Hanamura Hotshots, or like, guys, I'm going to Guangzhou Gangsters. Literally every single scrim he'd say, I'm going to another team, and he said that while Chegg was ringing for us. And he took it very seriously. So Pooter tried to get him, and so he was saying, I'd only go if you get Baz and Ultra. And Baz and Ultra were like, no, what the fuck, I'm not going.
That's
I mean, goats would be really good. Let's be real. If those
Yeah,
breakups
do you think
happen.
I'm giving them Gag in a million
No,
years?
no, of course not.
Yeah, and Gag seems pretty happy where he's at right now.
No, we're vibing.
Smile.
And like,
Anyways,
Good
next
vibes.
match is going to be Hanamura Hotshots versus the Flock. Kind of an unfortunate match, as Flock is
3-0
kind of on a hot
Hanamura.
streak.
Kidding.
wow, no.
Well, Red X and I both think it'll be the Flock take, and I think you guys have the chance to take a map. Red X thinks it'll be a clean sweep. What do you
If
guys...
Astra's in, maybe you guys can take a map. Just maybe.
I don't
All I get is-
understand where
it
this
kinda
Astra
depends.
stuff came from. I was on a team with him when he was a diamond off tank. Like, I don't think of him as a support. It just doesn't render in my head.
What do you mean? He's a Moira prod. He's a Moira prod.
It
That's
just
crap.
doesn't register, man. I still think
He
of him
just
as a
doesn't
diamond
miss. I
diva.
don't say.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't miss on the Moira.
He does
Yeah, I mean, I think at our best we could do pretty good. I mean, I don't know how possible it is for us to win because Flock is a lot better than I thought they were, especially since they beat Newts. But I don't know, like if Tiny's hitting shots, we actually have a support line in.
What?
Yeah, I'm kidding. then maybe it might be winnable, maybe.
Yeah, but hey, I want to see Peter play.
Peter. I
Yeah.
think he played one map, didn't he?
Oh, did he? Well, I just remember like the first scrim we played against them. I think Meek Rage quit and we teabagged Peter over and over again.
That's funny. But yeah, I am kind of worried for Hanamura in this case, for the support line,
same.
because like Flock's support line is abnormally aggressive. Like Fortle, you've probably seen the highlights of Fortle just like YOLOing into the enemy backline. Like EMP and usually Meek are like right there with them. And it's like, what the hell? Like, why is the Ana in the front line? Like, but it works. So like,
Bro,
I'll be very interested to see. what
Meek
happens.
is like really good.
Meek is cracked. Like, I'm really glad that he stuck around and actually was eligible
Yeah.
to play this season.
I was gonna be like, yo, let's get Meek, and I was like, wait, there's no way they'll give it to us. I don't even care anymore. Literally not a chance. Hey, take Genie for Meek. Good trade.
I think just we need to like actually have a decent mentality going in, or at least
Yeah.
a reasonable one. Because like we shouldn't just go in thinking we'll dominate, and I also don't think we should go in thinking we will just lose 0-3. We just need to actually have a plan and commit to it. Because Goats only, I think everyone learned a lesson that we can't just say we're just going to 3-0 and not actually think of like the logistics of it. So yeah, we
Yeah,
just need to actually have a plan.
honestly, like, I still see Hanamura as like mid-table at the very worst. Like, you guys have a lot of potential, but you gotta stop booming yourselves mid-game.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
It's painful to watch
yeah.
you throw mid-map, damn it.
Yeah, I think
Right.
we all agree on that our our potential
yo,
is pretty good. We just need
I-
to get it together.
I feel you on that one, Akri. I feel you on that one.
Anyways, last matchup is Goats Only versus Guangzhou. Arguably, lower tier match. Goats Only is looking a lot better, but it's hard to say how high up they can reach in their peak. Depends on some trades that they're going through. They just picked up a Waste for hit scan, so that'll be interesting. I don't know if he'll actually play over Fugla, unless Fugla's been having issues.
Fugla's arm is like semi-broken.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. He like
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Waste might have a chance of
The
playing.
soldier one trick, dude.
Although Chag looks good on
Yes.
McCree, so who knows. In the meantime, I think Guangzhou will take it. I am kind of reconsidering, but I think I'll stick with Guangzhou for now. I think it's going to be going to map 5, so I could see either team winning.
Map 5. Alright.
I'm gonna be real. Goat's only about the 3-0. Guangzhou
3-0,
are just,
alright.
Yeah,
Guangzhou
I
are just
honestly
bad.
agree.
I don't think a 3-0. I mean, I'd love to be proven wrong, but I do see Goats winning it. But I don't think I see Gangsters just throwing it either.
Akri,
Like,
if
I
you
see it
have
3-0.
if you have
Alright.
seen a scrim of Guangzhou Gangsters, you would know why they're gonna lose.
I've
3-0.
seen
I
their
can't really
games.
argue with that. I'm not gonna lie. I can't argue with that. them in scrims, I don't know. Like,
I mean,
There was
like,
this one
they're a
time
mess.
where I was
Worse
ringing
than
for
us.
Bark, right? I was ringing for Bark on Lucio, and their Lucio, I fucking alphaed him. Sorry.
You've already said it at least once this
Okay,
recording.
probably you're right. Hard alpha. I think Otto was on Lucio, and I teabagged him over and over and over and over again for the entire time.
Yeah,
They're not good. I was surprised because I thought they weren't terrible, and then I played a scrim against them, and they're like, "Oh my god, they're bad." like
My one big concern for Goats Only is that like they won this past weekend, but the entire time they looked like chickens with their heads cut off. There's no semblance of order or structure or a plan. They're just like, hey guys, let's press W and see what happens. So like, can they? I don't know.
I think it's
no.
powerful enough.
I think Goats is similar to us, except their like highest like potential is still lower than us, and the fact that if they get it together, could do decent. But I still don't see them dominating. But I mean, they're playing gangsters, so like a 3-0 is definitely possible.
And
if they get it
gangsters
together.
looks like gangsters doesn't look like they're making any roster moves right now.
No, they look
at all.
really like a mess right now.
If anything, they're gonna lose players, but they can't. They have 8. They have 8 players. They cannot lose anyone else.
Do they? Hold on. Let me...
Yeah,
I
they have
wait,
8
really?
players.
Yeah, let me check
They have
that.
8 players.
They
have 8
started off
players.
with like 12. What the hell?
Yeah, they have 8 players.
Let me check the registry.
I agree with
We
that.
still have 9, right? Wow.
Bro, Beast is better on Ryan than Bakanje is. Like, it's not even a joke. I'm not
Actually,
even joking.
when
Beast for
ranked for you
advance.
guys,
Beast for intermediate.
Beast is a way too high peak.
I know.
Let's see. Guangzhou
Unlucky,
has...
that's really unlucky.
No,
It's
Guangzhou...
fine. He's almost plat now.
Guangzhou has...
Oh, really? Isn't he like
No.
3.2?
Well,
Oh.
we stacking. Don't worry.
Guangzhou technically has 9. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh,
Haptic
bro, yeah. They
Brody-
also have haptic. They also have haptic.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
technically, like 2 or 3 of their guys like just don't show up. Like Ada doesn't
Dude,
show up.
I don't know who Geo is.
Geo
I've never
is
seen
He's
him.
a
their
loser
main
player.
support.
Does he play?
Yeah, he's played a little
Not
bit.
sure.
They
I
swapped,
haven't watched.
they swapped
The
their
only
support
scrim
line
I've
so
seen
much.
the only scrim I seen. I don't know who Seiyun is. I actually don't know who he is. I haven't
Flex
seen him
support?
Me
type.
neither.
Well,
I haven't seen him type a single
Oh,
time.
wait. No. I do know who they are. Or, yeah.
He
Yeah.
played like both main and flex support this past weekend. I don't know.
I
They
see.
swapped,
Yeah,
they
they're
swapped
just
their
a
support
solid
line.
DPS. I don't think there's. I mean, I haven't seen them play too much. So.
Their DPS are definitely their best players. Like
Oh,
Chaos, Chaos from I remember in Pugs is pretty good, and Haptic is like he's pretty good, but he's like in comparison to like what's it
Who don't
called?
want to be Melon?
Yeah, stuff like that. Or
Yeah, I mean that's reasonable though.
yeah, like even like
Haptic is good. He's not like incredible,
yeah,
but he's good.
No, he's pretty good. Like not, but he's not like
He's
good
also-
enough to hard carry their team.
Yeah, he's also like their star player right now, so that's kind of bad when you have like a good
What do you mean
player.
Bakanje Ryan exists? He's the star player.
He's actually been improving on Ryan. Like,
Yeah, honestly,
he looked a
though.
lot better. But like,
30% win rate's a 30% win rate. I'm not one to talk, but
yeah. I
don't
know.
worry. Every single DPS hero except for Mei is a 30% win rate, so don't worry about.
Anyways, that's all the matches. That's all the stuff.
Oh,
Anyone?
I
wanna
got one. I
closing
got one more thing.
statements?
I got one more thing to say.
Go for it.
This this countdown was sponsored by Zero Overwatch, and I quote: "If you don't shout me out, I'ma commit a war crime."
He's like 14.
You're overestimating.
Oh yeah, do I have to shout out
Is it?
Flawless, Tiny? I think I do.
I think you do. I think you do.
Flawless rank 1 Reinhardt in League 0, just saying.
Oh wait,
Dominates.
I think we
He's
need
top
to.
100 OD.
I think we
Poggers.
need to continue the streak of someone calling out Colby. So Colby, you're.
I already did.
Oh, you did?
Colby's
yeah,
a plat
yeah,
Ron- lost to a plat Ryan Lamau.
That's right. I forgot. Anyways, anyone have any closing statements?
Colby sucks.
Tiny is good.
Tiny move cracked.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm probably gonna play next game.
Sweet.
W.
Tune in for the weekly segment if you want a more in-depth analysis on how Flock pulled out a 5v6 out of their asses. Peace now. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the weekly segment. This week I wanted to give a little analysis on how exactly the Flock won their first round in Oasis last weekend. Despite being down a player for about the last minute of that map, it's not quite as miraculous as it might sound when hearing it told to you, but winning a 5v6 is still impressive regardless of anything else. So first, some background information leading up to this map 5 situation. The Flock had just barely managed to tie up the series 2-2 on Rialto, but their off-tank Surf had started having some internet problems towards the end of map 4. He did disconnect briefly, using up all of the team's 5 minutes of pause time, but he reconnected after about 30 seconds, so the Flock really only needed to take one quick fight as a 5v6 on Rialto. Coming into Oasis, however, Surf would stay out of the game for approximately 1/3 of the Oasis Gardens round, and even a little bit of the following round as well. The Flock took an early lead on the point, bringing it up to about 40% captured before Newt could get their name on the board as well. The Newts managed to hold onto Gardens for around 74% before the Flock managed to regain control once again. It was going well for the Flock right up until around 79%, which is when Surf disconnected yet again. Now, important things to note here, the Flock already had control of the point when Surf disconnected, and had won the previous fight just seconds before the DC. While it is difficult to win a 5v6, it's a whole lot easier when you're the one defending. This, combined with the control percentage ticking up into one fight territory, meant that the Flock only really needed 2 good fights at max to claw out the round win. Neither team had any ultimates online at the time of the DC, although both sides were about equally close to a few coming online. It was going to be up to whoever could dictate the pace of the fight. The faster the fights ended, the better the Flock's chances were. What I want you to pay attention to here is the Flock's positioning. Despite easily being one of the most aggressive teams in the entire league, they decided to pull back and force Newt to come to them. Thanks to some incredible teamwork by Melton, Meek, and Fortle, they managed to isolate, anti, and melt 3 members of the Newts in a matter of seconds. Meek does get taken out by EOC on the flank, but by this point the Flock have a clear ult advantage and the clock on their side. Newt was so caught off guard by the quick fight that they staggered and were eventually forced to touch the point just to stall the round out a little bit longer. From here, it was basically just the Flock using their ultimates to clear out the enemy trickling in, and Gardens was all theirs.